What is going on, guys? I'm Director Nat, back for another reaction, and today we're checking out Arcane Season 1, Episode 5. Today's episode is called Everybody Wants to Be My Enemy. I'm very excited to get into this episode because last episode was the start of Act 2, and wow, was it just as insane as the first. I mean, like, not as insane as episode 3, because episode 3 was like a finale of sorts, but you get what I mean. But the biggest crime of that episode is that we did not get to see my favorite... Biggest crime of that episode is that we did not get to see my favorite ferret. Biggest crime of that episode is that we did not get to see my favorite ferret. The biggest crime of that episode is that we did not get to see my favorite character, Vi, until the very end. And I finally got it. There's a lot of crazy shit about to go down in these episodes. A war is brewing between Piltover and the Underground. Silco and his cronies are up to no good. Powder has gone absolutely insane, which breaks my heart because I actually saw her when she was a kid. Caitlyn, if I remember her name correctly. And there's Sugar. Yeah, you too. Caitlyn is investigating all this craziness, and she has just gone to prison where she discovers Vi, who has, I guess, been there for who knows how long. I don't know how long the time skip is. I said 10 years last time, but that was just a guess. It's probably less than that. Whatever the case, I'm very excited to get into this episode, finally see Vi again, and see where all these crazy stories are leading to. But before we get into that, I gotta promote myself, of course. I wrote everything down so that I hopefully won't forget anything. I have a second channel called the Monologue, where I do full-length essay videos. Second, I have a Patreon page. And finally, as most content creators do eventually, I have started experimenting with affiliate links. Okay, that's everything I have written down here. I'm sure I'm forgetting something that I will remember as soon as I start recording the reaction, but you know what? That's what we're primarily here for, so without any further ado, let's get into Arcane. Okay guys, so that was Arcane episode 5. Holy shit, this show has no right being as good as it is. I mean, obviously it's had some bumps, sure, but that was mostly in episode 1 because I was trying to figure out exactly what this world was gonna be like, and then there was episode 4 because it was the start of Act 2 and I had a bunch of questions about what happened during that time skip, but man, once the show gets the introductory stuff out of the way and you're just able to really focus on it on its own merits, I mean, literally everything about this show is just absolutely brilliant. The performances, the animation is gorgeous. There are so many parallels and use of symbolism in the writing, and I love these characters and seeing how they change and interact with each other. I mean, wow. I think the highest praise that I can give to this show is that it's one of those shows that I can watch in different ways, or at least I assume I can watch it in different ways and it will still be enjoyable. What I mean by that is that there are some shows that I really enjoy reacting to, but then when I go back to watch them just on their own in a regular setting, I maybe, you know, without that hype, don't enjoy them as much. Or there are shows that I really didn't enjoy reacting to all that much, but once I get to sit in silence and really focus on it, then I suddenly enjoy it. And then there are some shows that are enjoyable, like individual episodes, but then there are certain shows that are only more enjoyable if you watch them as a whole. But I think Arcane is going to be one of those shows that is going to fall into all those categories. Granted, I haven't gone back to really rewatch everything yet, but obviously I've seen these episodes quite a few times as I've gone through to edit them, and I mean, just the more it goes along, the more details I find to appreciate about it, the more it does right, the more I'm so glad that I decided to react to this. So I mean, yeah, it's good. So what did we get this episode? We finally got to see Vi again, and I like how they handled her. I thought that maybe they were gonna lean a little too much into, oh, she's the bad girl now, jaded by everything that's happened to her. She's just gonna completely ignore Caitlyn and try to go off on her own and just, like, live her own life or whatever. But no, Caitlyn delivered information about her lost sister. She got her out of prison, and she has a desire to help. I mean, obviously there is tension between them. That makes sense. I mean, she's working in it with an enforcer who she has hated her entire life, but I really liked their chemistry and just how flat out flirtatious they were. And since this is a more adult show, it can just be, you know, completely open with moments like that in the brothel. kills. So yeah, I really enjoyed all that. And we're getting more good work with all the characters, with Jace at first really trying to stick to his morals, but then being convinced by Mel to be a little more realistic and work within the system, which granted you can see the benefits to that, and it's not that she's totally wrong. That's one of the things I've loved about the show, is that it's not always a completely black and white situation, but it's clear that she is manipulating him, at least to an extent, and possibly leading him down a dangerous path. And now that they're sleeping together, which I kind of saw that coming, I didn't expect it with that much detail, but hey, I'm not complaining. And I just feel so bad for Victor, man. After everything he's done, his aspirations, how hard he's worked, how much he helped Jace, now his research has been stolen, and Jinx, which I'm just gonna have to firmly think of her as Jinx, we'll get back to that later, but now she has figured out what he was not able to because of his current circumstances, and he is now dying and has who knows how long to live. So Jace is going to be torn in every direction between advancing technology too quickly, with Mel, with Victor. It's there's so much going on. Then we got Silco, which I like getting a little more details about how the city views him, what his role is, how they're potentially going to try to take him down, and his developing relationship with Jinx, and that ceremony that they do at the end, which I was a little disappointed with that, because I thought we were finally going to get a flashback about, you know, why Vander was trying to kill him in that scene, what exactly went between those two, which, I mean, we have gotten bits and pieces of information, have a general idea, but I'd like to see the whole thing eventually. But, you know, we've still got, what, 5 episodes left, I think? No, 4 episodes left, because this was episode 5, so yeah, 4 episodes left, so who knows. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty cool detail actually seeing the theme song incorporated into the show. Like, the world building is just outstanding. Like, that is a fun reference, but you know, it also, it's always makes you more invested in a world when you get more details about it, like how different people live, what kind of music they have, different character backstories, all that stuff. So yeah, guys, I'm sure I could keep going. There's probably a lot more to talk about, absolutely, but as usual, this was a fantastic episode. Now that we got some of the introductory stuff out of the way for Act 2 with the last episode, we can fully get back into Vi and her story. I hope that the next episode is going to focus on her a little more than this one did, but I loved all the stuff we got with her and Caitlyn. The characters in this world are being developed in such interesting ways, and we are undoubtedly building towards a big confrontation eventually, maybe in the next couple episodes, but we will just have to wait and see. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. What did you think of Arcane episode 5? Which of the upcoming episodes are you looking forward to me reacting to the most? Whatever it is, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comments and let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss when I upload a new reaction. A very, very big thank you to all of my patrons, especially my fellow directors. You guys are amazing. Every little bit of support means the world to me. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for Arcane episode 6.